Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of SAP B1 SDK development. So we'll continue our see topic from the last video. So in the last video, we got stuck into some exception, something ref count is greater or higher than 0. So let's fix that. Let's debug why we are getting that issue, and let's fix that issue. Okay, first of all, let's put a breakpoint. Okay, I have put a breakpoint here. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here. And if you haven't opened SAP B1, then please open SAP Business One. I have already opened the SAP Business One here. And let's split the window. Let's go split this as well. Okay, now let's start this application. Okay, now let's go inside this create database. Press F11. Okay, this is already working, so we'll just go inside this create table. Okay, so press again F11 and you press F10. Okay, this look good. Okay, so the problem we were facing, uh, let's go inside this field, create field. Here the field was not getting created. Okay, so let's see the issue. Okay, the issue is 11 20. So it's saying that ref count for this object, the object where the current object is user field object, user field MD. This is the current object, so it's saying that this object count is higher than 0. That means that we have uh, released this we have released this com object. So due to that inconsistency in deleting, or due to some uh, misorder of releasing the object, that issue might get happen. Okay, so how to fix that? Okay, first of all, let's go inside this create table. Okay, right? So in this create table, let's split this more. You can see here that we are two-time collecting this GC garbage collect here also, and we are releasing release object user object table, and then something here in this add field exist also. Let's go inside this. So here also we are releasing the same object. Sorry, here we are not releasing. Yes, so let's see line by line what can we do inside this create table. So what we'll do, we'll just comment this line here. That is not necessary. Let's, and then this is correct. Okay, let's make it null here first of all. Okay, and what we'll do, we'll just put we are already in a try catch block. Okay, so the best way to release the Marshal com is direct in the finally block. Okay, so in the finally block we'll release this our com object. Okay, we'll define this outside the try catch block, so that final block will also get the reference of this object, so we can clear that. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll in the inside this block now this. Okay, what we'll do, we'll return if this is null. We'll return from here. Okay, so after this we'll now check the, and we don't need to check this if block, because we are already checking the null if it's null or not. So here we'll check if this table exists or not, already exists or not. Then we'll just simply will not release it here. Okay, because this is the wrong way we are releasing here. We'll release it, let's call this, let's release it inside this final block. Okay, so we'll just return here true, and if not exist, then we'll simply pass the value and we will add this. So here as well, we'll not do this, control KD, and same thing. If it's not 0, then obviously uh, it is error, so we'll show the error. And again, we'll not show this. Okay. So we don't need this, because if it's not 0, then this result is obviously will be 0. It will come in this, inside this only. Okay, and we'll just return true. Well, created successfully, and then on finally we'll do this. Okay, so we're good up to here. And now in finally, first of all, we'll check if this is null or not. If it's not equals null, then only we'll first release this. Okay, so here we'll release this first. We'll also make this null here, and then we'll collect the garbage. Okay, so and finally we have to collect this garbage as well. This should be execute if this is null or not. So in this block, I think it's good. Now let's see. Okay, in create fields there is no any garbage collected or CUM released. So let's go inside now, add field with details. Okay, so here the main issue I saw is that inside this field exists. What we did is we we have again they are doing the same mistake. Okay, first let's create here two variable. Okay, let's make this big. So first of all, let's make this, let's cut, make the assign null. And for valid values as well, what we'll do, we will simply use the object reference object variable that name is valid value. Valid value, which now, okay, now what we'll do, will not collect the garbage here. We'll collect the garbage in finally block. So first here what we'll do, if field does not exist, then what will do, will simply return. Okay, if sorry, if field already exists, then we'll simply return that. Here we'll do if we'll also change this field exist logic. We'll simply return false here. And let's remove this block here. And try catch also here because we are already using try catch block. I think we are missing uh we're missing bracket. Hmm, okay. There was one extra bracket, so I that okay, now here what we'll do now we simply now we'll assign the object reference for this user MD this one. And here what we'll do now, the one thing is I also saw the issue was size length and edit length. Okay, so this edit and size length is not applicable for if our field type is alpha or memo, then only it should be applicable. If it's numeric, then or amount or anything, then it should not be applied. So okay, so we also have to check that. So we'll check if our field type equals speed equal field types or if this two, then we'll apply this. Let's cut here and paste here, cut it, paste it. Okay, so this is done. Now the for valid values, we'll use this now for valid value. Okay, if there is valid value, then what we'll do? Uh, First of all, we'll create a we'll we'll assign a reference for this object. For valid copy this. Okay, it here valid value equals filter valid values. Okay, this is valid values. Let's put it as here because it's a collection. Valid values. Okay. Valid value. What it's saying? Valid value MD and MD. Okay. Now simply use this valid value, valid value. Okay, valid value to description. Simply replace all this. Replace here as well. Okay, now what we will do, we'll check if there is any default value, then we'll assign this. This is correct. Let's remove this as well here. Brackets. Okay, now what we'll do, uh, simply now, if there is default value, then default values. Okay, okay, we have also done this twice, so let's remove this. So, okay, let's remove this. Valid, if there is no valid values and there is default value, then we have to assign that default value. Now this is fine. Now we'll add the field. This is correct. Okay, so here what we'll do, now we'll remove this, we'll not release it here, we'll release it in our final block. Okay, so just put it in, and in final block. Now first of all, what we'll check, we'll check, okay, we have to use, first of all we'll release this side. Okay, this is the child object. If this is not now, then what we'll do, we'll first release this. We'll release this, and we'll also make it a null. In a similar way, we will do for we use it to this. Okay, so in table exists also, we will do the same thing. Table exists also, we'll put like as block. And finally, so first of all, what we'll do, we'll assign this null. Okay, and then inside this try block, we'll assign the object. The object, and then now we'll check this. Simply remove this now. Okay. So instead of now doing in here, we can simply write it down. Use equals dot get by key. Okay. Equals. Good. So in the catch block, what we'll do, we'll catch the exception. Okay, let me copy this catch block. While creating while this, and finally what we'll do is dot collect. Okay, and here one thing I noticed that we haven't used this, so this is the unnecessary. We are assigning the object with reference for that variable. Okay, so we'll simply remove that from here, and here also what we'll do, first of all we'll create this We'll assign this as null. Then record this is okay. And what we'll do, we'll simply here also we don't need to do this. We'll simply return record state dot count is greater than 0 or not. And here also finally we'll release the do this here as well. We have still got one error, not all code path return the value. Okay. Okay, let me check in which block I haven't returned the value. Okay, okay, here we have, let's put this outside this block. Okay, now we are good to go. Okay, let's split our window and let's put a breakpoint here. Okay, you can see here we have already uh, we have already assigned the object, so this is already assigned, and now we have already provided the details. Length is 10, but this is not applied because the field is I guess the field is numeric. So let's press F10. Okay, we have got the another error. Let's see. Okay, this increase already exist. Okay, so let's check for another one. If field here it should be if field exists, then we have to return. Okay, so that's why it's getting on the inside this. Let's press F10. Yes, now you can see that result is 0. That means we have added the field. Okay, so let's press F5. Okay, let's check here. Okay, again remove the breakpoint and press F5. Now we can see here in the SAP that is saying that database table has been modified. So yes, we have to close all the windows. Okay, so okay, now let's check. Let's go inside user defined, sorry, tools, customization tools, and user defined fields. So here under the category of user table, as it's the user table, find the name of your table what you have given. Okay, so our table name was is our table name test table. Okay, so find for the test table st. Yes, there it is, test table, and you can see there our fields has been created. Okay, so field size has been created and we already have the form. Now just press here in view and system information, press in system information. Now you can see here that this is still not binded with our fields. Okay, so you can see that it's item 2, that field has not been still binded. So what we'll do now, to bind the field we have to open our Business Studio and open that form. Okay, I have already opened form. Now press on this field, and you, on the right side you can see a alias. So first of all we have to create a data source. The data source db data source, it will be a db data source, and just double click on that and give your table name. Our table name was at the rate tst, at the rate otst, right? OTST. Okay, so here now what we'll do, we'll put at alias, sorry, at data source, we'll tag this, and alias it will be new underscore. What was our field name? Field first now. Okay, so we have to give a u underscore and first now. Okay, so let's save it. And for the others, for all individual field, we have to bind like this. We have to keep here now u underscore s, u underscore s. This is now, yeah, and this will be u underscore of the rt. And this will be simply u underscore result. Underscore result. Okay. Now we'll save this, Control S, and again let's close this form and reload our form. Okay. Now you can see that now here in this status bar, you can see that our field has been binded successfully. Okay, so you can see there OTST u underscore personal also is there. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll do one thing here. Let's put a add button as well. Okay, so one thing, add button. Add, and the unique ID should be 1. Okay, unique ID should be 1. Okay, let's save this. Now what we'll do, we'll go to SAP, we'll log in this, so reopen the form. Now it's opening in OK mode. So first of all, what we'll do, we will change this to, our form should be open into add mode. Okay, add mode. So if you want to add the record inside the database. If you want to store the record inside the database, you have to make the form in add mode. So it will add the new record. Now we can see here, it's getting add. Now it's showing add. Okay, now first of all, what we'll do? We'll simply say 2 plus 2 will do add, execute. So now what we'll do? We'll click on add. Okay, so let's check. Go to tools, query generator. Execute. Okay, it's not getting added. So it will not add guide here because I noticed that we haven't registered any our user object because uh, I just noticed that here the object type here is null. So unless we'll assign this, we'll create the object there and assign, we it won't work. So there are two things to do that. Either we can uh, create the object from here only. You can go to customization tool, object registration wizard, or we can use uh, register our object to our code. So here what we'll do, we'll simply uh, select this, add a new object, click on next. So unique ID you can give. Uh, what we can give is a tst. Okay, let's keep this obj tst. This table, and it is not our master data, is our document. Okay, so table name you have to give, you have to press tab and assign the table name here. Give master one. Let's see which type of table we have created here. Create table inside this. Okay, we have created is it as a no object, so that's why it's not showing that. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's make it a OTST instead of OTST. Let's create O calculator OCAL. Okay, so calculator table, and we'll make this. Now what we'll do, you can see here that here are the types. Okay, so for either the document, we can create the object, or it should be master data. So in our case, it's not the master data, it's the document. So what you can uh, separate it yourself as per your requirement. Either it should go on master data or document. So in this case, let me put it as a document. Okay, now let's reload this again. Okay, first of all, OCAL, and inside this grid field also, now we have to pass the table name as OCAL. OCAL. Okay, let's reload this. the breakpoint. Okay, all the fields are getting created. Right here, OCAL. Okay, this field also has been created. Sorry, this table has been created. Now you can see the doc norm, doc entry, all things are this has been created. Okay, so uh, these are the fields created by SAP. The only fields we have created here is this U underscore only. The all the columns name that are starting with U underscore is the field that we have created. And this is the difference between no object, no object table type and object table type. Object table type here means master data or your document. So these things are created by SAP. Now here in document, now we can see the table that we have created, OCAL. We'll simply select this, click on next, and you can see here what are the setting services you can setting services like find, delete, cancel, close. You can do that. Okay, so you can control it from here. Click on next. So default form in if you want to show this in default form, here is something called Windows defined, sorry, yeah, here is the default form. Okay, so in this default form, if you want to show this, then you can click on the default form. We have already created the menu here, so we will not do that. Click on next. And now here, what in which field you want to apply the find. Okay, you want to apply the find, so you can check that particular fields. So for now, let's create let's use this our first name as well. Sorry, first number. So that first number, second number, and okay, first number, second number, and we'll leave this because we will also see the difference if we check this. While checking this, what will happen, and while not checking, what. Click on next. There is no any child table, so in future we'll learn how to create child table like purchase order app. It's one child table. OPOR has child table POR1. So in similar cases, we'll create our child table as well, and we'll bind those header and item table. Simply click next here and click on finish. So we have registered our object manually. Okay, so we have to do this through code as well. So right now we have learned manually. Now what will happen if we click on this and the same window is appearing. Now when I when I click this add button execute, and now when I click add, okay, now what we have to do, now we have to bind the object here. Something I think we have given the object similar to this. Okay, let's check again what was the object name. Click on next, update an existing object, and go to obj tst. It was obj tst. Okay. It was not adding because we haven't binded this object. Now put your object here, press Ctrl S, save it, and reopen this form. Let me restart the add-on. invalid UDO object. Is the error? Okay. It's saying that invalid UDO object. This object is not defined. Okay, but we have already added that object. We have already listed that object here. It's the same. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here. I think I have to try it restarting my SAP once. Okay, let me stop this and let's close this as well. Okay, I have restarted. Now let's see. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, now the form is executed, so opened successfully. So the object was registered, but it was not you say was not I think updated correctly in the system. So that's why we got that error. Now click on view and user defined field. Now you can see here. Uh, you can also find these fields, error fields in this user defined field if the screen is custom. Okay, so that point is also necessary. Now we'll again open query generator and let's try to add one, execute. Let's click on add. Now you can see here operation completed successfully. That means our record has been added into our database. Okay, so let's check. Let's check that. Select extract from. See, execute. Now, okay. Now you can see that the SAP has auto pick this doc number and object. You can also see that object is there. There is no series, so that's why it's showing -1. Status is update, and one record has been executed. Okay, so it's executed, but the fields. These fields are not getting updated. Let's check that. Okay, because why it's not saving? Because I think we have change this data source. Okay, let's change this data source to OCAL and save it. Let's reopen this because we have already changed that data source, that table name, right? So that's why it was not showing here. Now let's check with the new multiply, add. I have directly added that. Let's actually check it. Now you can see here, first number is this, second number is this, operation is this, and result. I didn't execute it. I directly add. So we got that. Multiply, execute. I think we have only down for add. Okay, 66. Now click on add. Now we can again execute here and see the new record is 66. Okay, so this is working fine. Now we'll also see the find mode. So you can see when I press find, we have only enabled the find mode for these three. We didn't enable this for this result. So that's why result is not getting enabled in find mode. Suppose post number is 23. Let's try 23 and find. You can see that this is now going to OK mode. Okay, so thank you guys. This was for today, and in the next video we will try to uh, register our object through code, through our source code, and we'll again see the new examples and how to work in real scenario, real world, real business problem, how to handle real business problem. We will do that. So we also have to we also have to bind our mm, document numbering series. Okay, so we'll do that in our future part. So thank you so much for everyone. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like the content. And if you have any feedback, then please drop that feedback into the comment section. I'll definitely reach you. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video.